And it did not just hurt them. It broke something inside them that they do not know how to fix. The energy cord between you stretched so far that something on their side snapped. You probably do not even realize what you did. You did not scream. You did not fight. You did not send a long message or make a big scene. You just got quiet. You got still. And that stillness shook the heavens. You stopped reaching for someone who was not reaching back. And that quiet shift in you sent a shockwave through their entire soul. They felt it. They felt it the way you feel the air change before a storm. The way the sky goes still before everything breaks open, and something inside them broke. Welcome to Soul Signal. Subscribe now and turn on all notifications. What you are about to hear is a message that has been waiting for you. It traveled through time and silence and divine timing to reach you at this exact moment. Your soul called it in. And now it is here. Before I go any further, I need you to understand something. What you did was not wrong. Pulling away was not cruelty. It was not punishment. It was not a game. It was the moment you finally chose yourself. And that choice, that quiet, powerful choice, is what broke them open. Because they were used to you staying. They were used to you waiting. They were used to you being the one who always cared a little more, tried a little harder, held on a little longer. And when that stopped, their whole world shifted. They did not lose you because you left. They lost you because you stopped fighting to stay. And that is a very different kind of loss. That is the kind of loss that changes a person. That is the kind of loss that keeps someone awake for weeks. That is what is happening to them right now. Something broke inside them, and it is not going back together the same way. If you felt something shift between you recently, even without a single word being spoken, type "I felt the shift" in the comments. Your energy already knows what your mind is just now beginning to understand. I need to tell you what has been happening inside this person since the moment they felt you pulling away. The universe is showing me something about them right now. And what they show on the outside is not what is happening on the inside, not even close. On the outside, they look the same. They go to work. They talk to people. They smile when they are supposed to smile. They act like everything is fine. But nothing is fine. Something broke inside them, and they cannot find the peace that fell out. It happened slowly at first. They noticed that your messages were shorter. They noticed that the energy in your voice was different. They noticed that you stopped asking questions you used to ask. They noticed that you stopped looking at them the way you used to look at them. And each small change felt like a crack, not a big one. Just a thin line running through something they thought was solid. But cracks do not stay small. They grow, they spread, and eventually they reach the part that holds everything together. That is where they are right now. The cracks have reached the center. They try to distract themselves. They stay busy. They fill their days with noise. They tell themselves they are okay. But late at night, when there is nothing left to hide behind, the truth comes out. They are not okay. They miss you in ways they did not know a person could miss someone. This is not ordinary missing. This is soul-level missing. Not just your presence, not just your voice, not just the way you made them feel. They miss who they were when you were close. They miss the version of themselves that only existed around you. They miss feeling like the world made sense, because when you were there, it did. Your energy held something together inside them that they did not even know was falling apart. And now that you are pulling away, nothing makes sense anymore. And that is your quiet power, my dear. You held their world together without even trying. That is not weakness. That is the kind of love that reshapes a soul. Something broke inside them, and the thing that broke was the lie they told themselves. The lie that said they could have you without choosing you. The lie that said you would always be there no matter what they did. The lie that said your love was something they could count on without ever earning it. That lie is shattered now, and what is left underneath is the most painful truth they have ever faced. They need you. Not want, need. And they did not know that until they felt you leaving. A wise man once said that people will do anything, no matter how strange, to avoid facing their own soul. That is exactly what this person has been doing. Running from what they feel, hiding behind excuses, building walls instead of bridges, choosing comfort over truth. But your pulling away just took away every hiding place they had. The universe used your silence as a mirror and placed it right in front of them. There is nowhere left to run. There is nothing left to distract them. There is only the empty space where you used to be and the broken thing inside them that will not stop hurting. Their soul is awake now, and a soul that has been woken up cannot go back to sleep. If you have noticed a change in their energy lately, even from a distance, type something is different in the comments. Your soul can feel what is happening even when they cannot say it. Let me show you what their days look like now. Because I do not think you realize how deep this goes. They wake up in the morning and the first thing they feel is the weight of your absence. Not just missing you, but the specific weight of knowing that they are the reason you stepped back. That weight does not leave. It follows them through the whole day. They sit in their car and stare at nothing. They pick up their phone and open your name. They look at it. They just look at it. Then they put the phone down because they do not know what to say that could possibly be enough. They have conversations with you in their head. Long ones. Honest ones. The kind of conversations they should have had with you when you were still close. In those conversations they say everything. Every truth they swallowed. Every feeling they hid. Every moment they should have held you closer but pushed you away instead. And here is what they do not know. You can feel those conversations. You feel them as a sudden heaviness in your chest at odd hours. A wave of emotion that comes from nowhere. A moment where your breath catches and you think of them without meaning to. That is not your imagination. That is emotional telepathy. Their soul is speaking to yours across the distance, and yours is listening. But those conversations only happen in their head, and every time they end, the silence that follows is heavier than before, and yet the universe does not let honest words stay trapped forever. What they are practicing in silence is preparing to come out in the open, and when it does, it will shake both of you. Something broke inside them, and the broken part is the one that thought they could live without you. Maybe they used to convince themselves they did not need anyone that deeply. Maybe they told themselves that staying distant was being strong. Maybe they believed that keeping their feelings hidden was the same as being in control. Maybe they learned a long time ago that loving someone too much gives that person the power to destroy you. Maybe someone taught them that lesson before you ever came along. Maybe a parent left. Maybe a partner lied. Maybe someone they trusted turned out to be someone else entirely. Maybe they built their whole life around never letting anyone close enough to hurt them. And the universe watched. And the universe waited. Because the universe knew that the walls they built were never going to last forever. The universe had already chosen the one soul that could reach them. And then you came along, not by accident, by soul agreement. The universe placed you in their path because their soul asked for someone who could break through. And you did not push. You did not force. You did not demand to be let in. You just stood there with your heart open, and you let them see that love does not have to come with pain. And that terrified them. Because if you were right, if love could actually be safe, then everything they believed was wrong. And that is a very hard thing for a person to accept. So they kept their distance, they held back. They gave you just enough to keep you close, but never enough to let you in. And you stayed. You stayed longer than anyone would have. You waited with more patience than they deserved. You kept your heart open when the world gave you every reason to close it. But even the deepest patience has a limit. And you reached yours. You did not leave with anger. You did not leave with drama. You just slowly, quietly began to pull your energy back. You stopped pouring into something that was not pouring back. You stopped making yourself smaller so they could stay comfortable. You stopped waiting for someone to choose you, and you chose yourself instead. And that is what broke them. Not your anger, your peace. Not your words, your silence. Not your leaving, your letting go. And you owe no one an apology for that. You did not break them. The truth broke them, and the truth was always going to come. Something broke inside them, and it was the wall they thought would protect them forever. Please place your hand over your heart right now. Feel it beating. That heartbeat carried you through every night of waiting. That heartbeat kept you going when you had no proof that any of this was real. That heartbeat chose you when no one else did. Trust it. It has never lied to you. Your person is replaying everything right now, every conversation, every silence, every moment they had a chance to step forward and chose to step back instead. The universe is playing it all back for them like a sacred flood they cannot stop. They remember the night you needed them and they were not there. They remember the message you sent that they read, but did not answer. They remember the look in your eyes the last time you saw them. The one that was not angry. The one that was worse than angry. The one that was done. They have seen that look in their mind 100 times since then. And every time they see it, something inside them breaks a little more. They are not sleeping well. They lie in bed staring at the ceiling. Their body is exhausted, but their mind will not stop. It replays you on a loop. Your voice, your laugh. The way you made everything feel quiet and safe. They reach for their phone at night, not to call someone else, to look at your name, just your name. It sits there on their screen, and they stare at it like it is the only real thing in their life. Your energy lives inside that name, and they can feel it glowing even through the glass. If you know exactly who this message is about, type the first letter of their name in the comments right now. Just the first letter. Your soul and theirs will both feel it. Sometimes they start typing. They write a message, something honest, something real. Then they read it back and delete it, because nothing they can say feels big enough for what they feel. And the silence keeps growing. They look at other people and feel nothing. They sit across from someone, and the only thought in their mind is that it is not you. Everything is wrong because everything is being held up next to you and nothing comes close. They did not know you were their standard until you became their absence. And that absence is not empty. It is filled with the energy of everything you gave them. It follows them like a golden thread they cannot cut. You need to hear this. None of this is your fault. You did not cause this pain by leaving. You revealed a pain that was already there, and that took more courage than they will ever understand. Something broke inside them, and it is not going back together the same way. This time the door is wide open and it will not close again, and everything they have been hiding is flooding out. Every feeling, every memory, every truth they swallowed to keep themselves safe. If this person could sit in front of you right now and say what is actually in their heart, if the universe gave them the courage for just one moment, this is what you would hear. I felt you leave before you left. I felt it in the way your voice changed. I felt it in the space that grew between your words. I felt it in the way you stopped reaching for me. And I told myself it was nothing. I told myself you were just tired. I told myself it would pass. But it did not pass. It got wider and wider until I could not pretend anymore. I know what I did. I know I took too long. I know I hid behind my fear when I should have been standing in front of you. I know you gave me 100 chances and I wasted every single one because I was too afraid to hold what you were offering me. You were offering me everything. And I gave you silence. I do not know how to fix that. I do not even know if it can be fixed. But I need you to know that losing you is the thing that finally made me face myself. Not the version I show the world. The real one. The one who is terrified of being loved, because being loved means being seen. And being seen means someone could finally see the parts of me that I have been hiding my whole life. You saw those parts, and you did not run. That is the thing that breaks me the most. You saw me, the real me, and you stayed. And I am the one who ran. I am not okay. I have not been okay since I felt you pulling away. And I do not want to be okay if okay means pretending I do not need you. Because I do. I need you in a way that scares me more than anything has ever scared me. And I am so sorry it took losing you for me to say it. Something broke inside me. And the thing that broke was every excuse I ever made for not loving you the way you deserve. Sit with those words for a moment, my dear. Do not rush past them. The universe opened a door just now and let you hear what this person cannot say out loud. This is what is happening inside them right now. This is the truth their silence has been carrying. Something broke inside them, and it is the beginning of something real. Type, I hear them in the comments if those words reached something deep inside you. Your soul just heard what their voice has not found the courage to say out loud. Now, I need to tell you something that is about you. Because this message is not just about their pain, it is about your light. You may not see it yet, but what you did by pulling away was one of the most sacred things you have ever done. You did not do it to hurt them. You did not do it to teach them a lesson. You did not do it as a strategy or a game. You did it because your heart was tired. Tired of being the only one who showed up. Tired of being the only one who tried. Tired of pouring love into a space that never filled up. Tired of waiting for someone to see what was standing right in front of them. And so you stopped. Not with anger, not with bitterness, with something quieter than that, something stronger. You stopped because you finally understood that you deserve someone who does not make you wonder, someone who chooses you not because they are afraid of losing you, but because they understand what it means to have you. Maybe you realized it on a quiet night when no one was watching. Maybe it hit you in the middle of a normal day and your whole chest opened up. Maybe someone said something kind to you and you understood for the first time that love is not supposed to feel like a puzzle you cannot solve. Maybe you woke up one morning and the first thing you felt was not sadness, but stillness. And in that stillness you heard your own voice saying, "It is time." And you were not wrong for wanting that. You were never wrong. You were never asking for too much. You were asking for honesty. You were asking for presence. You were asking for someone who cared enough to show up. Those are not big things to ask for. Those are the basics. Those are what every heart deserves. The fact that pulling away felt this hard proves how much you loved. And the fact that you did it anyway proves how much you have grown. You are not the same person you were before. Something changed in you, quietly. The way real change always happens. You stopped apologizing for having needs. You stopped shrinking so someone else could stay comfortable. You stopped explaining your worth to someone who should have seen it from the beginning. That is not giving up. That is answering a call from your own soul. And the universe sees it. The angels see it. Every force that has ever held you is standing behind you right now. Take a slow breath right now. Let your shoulders drop. You have been carrying so much. Not just the weight of loving them, the weight of wondering if you made the right choice, the weight of missing someone and knowing you cannot go back to the way things were. You do not have to carry that weight tonight. Put it down just for this moment. You are safe here. You are held. The universe did not bring you this far to leave you alone in the dark. Something broke inside them, and something healed inside you, and those two things are connected. The universe was working on both sides at the same time, breaking them open, building you whole. A famous thinker once said that we cannot change anything until we accept it. You accepted the truth about this situation. You accepted that love without action is just a beautiful word with no home, and that acceptance set you free. It also set something in motion that neither of you expected, because when you pulled away, you did not just change yourself. You changed the entire energy between you. The universe used your distance to create a sacred space, an energetic vacuum, and that vacuum is pulling everything to the surface, every feeling they buried, every truth they swallowed, every moment they took your presence for granted without realizing it was the most sacred thing in their life. That is what broke them. Not losing your love, losing the warmth that held their world together, and realizing it was never promised. It was a gift, and they forgot to hold it. The universe does not create distance without purpose. This distance was designed to awaken something inside both of you, and it is working. Something broke inside them, and it needed to break. If you chose yourself, and you are standing in that truth right now, type "I chose me" in the comments. Those words are not just for the screen, they are for your spirit. Now I need to tell you what the universe is showing me about what happens next. Because something is already moving, you can feel it. You have probably felt it for days. A shift in the energy. Something that was stuck becoming unstuck. Something that was frozen beginning to crack. That cracking you feel is real. It is happening inside them right now. The wall they built to keep you at a distance is falling apart. Not from the outside, from the inside, because the love they feel for you has nowhere left to go. It is pressing against every wall and every excuse and every story they told themselves about why they could not be with you. And the walls are losing. Something unexpected is coming, not because they planned it, not because they suddenly became brave overnight, but because the pain of losing you has become bigger than the fear of loving you. And when that happens, when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of changing, people do things they never thought they would do. Maybe it will be a message that says more than they meant to say. Maybe it will be a phone call where their voice shakes because they do not know where to start. Maybe it will be showing up somewhere they know you will be. Not by accident, on purpose, with their heart in their hands and no plan except the truth. Maybe it will be 3 words they have never said to anyone the way they are about to say them to you. Maybe it will be something so small that only you and they will understand what it means. But it is coming. Something broke inside them, and what is coming out of that break is something real. Now hear this carefully, my dear. Your peace is sacred. You do not owe anyone a response you are not ready to give. You do not have to open the door just because someone finally decided to knock. The universe did not heal you just so you could hand your peace away. If they come to you, your heart will know what to do. You will feel if their words carry truth or just fear. You will know the difference between someone who is scared of losing you and someone who is truly ready to love you. Those are not the same thing. You did not come this far to go backward. Whatever comes next, you meet it as the person you have become, not the person you used to be. Something broke inside them, and what is rising from that break will either meet you where you are or it will not. Either way, you are whole. Something is shifting in the energy around this connection right now. You might feel it in the coming days, a dream where they appear and the feeling stays with you long after you wake up, a warmth in your chest that arrives without warning, their name crossing your mind at a moment that feels too specific to be random, a feeling deep in your body that something is about to change. You might see their birthday numbers on a clock. You might hear their name in a place where it does not belong. These are not accidents. These are signals. These are the universe confirming what your soul already knows. Maybe you have already felt the first one. Maybe it was a moment where their face appeared in your mind so clearly it took your breath away. Maybe you heard a song that used to belong to both of you, and your hand stopped in the middle of what it was doing. Maybe you felt a pull in your chest at an odd hour, and you knew, without anyone telling you, that they were thinking of you in that exact moment. The universe is telling you that what broke inside them is becoming something new. This is their dark night of the soul. The old version of them, the one who hid, the one who ran, the one who chose fear over truth, that version is dying. And the version that is coming is the one who finally understands what it means to lose you. Whether that new version shows up tomorrow or next month, you do not wait for it. You keep living. You keep growing. You keep becoming the person you are meant to be. Because here is what is true. You are not someone waiting to be chosen. You are someone whose love was so real that it shook another soul awake. And that soul is now going through the hardest change of its life because of the space you left behind. Something broke inside them. And out of that break, something honest is being born. If this message found you at the exact moment you needed it, type signal received.